Finally got some blueberries for Fruity Corner. So I've got some ericaceous compost, I've got my blueberries, let's get them planted up. Now, ericaceous compost isn't something I've worked with before because I've not done blueberries before. But I didn't realise how different the texture of it was. It's a completely different texture. So in this bed I've done a cardboard layer on the bottom between the normal plot ground and the bed. Then I've done a layer of peat-free compost at the very bottom just to pack out the bed a little bit because this ericaceous soil is quite expensive actually. And then I'm just topping it up with some ericaceous compost, which hopefully should run through the rest of the soil and give it what it needs for healthy blueberries. I think that's what should happen. As I say, I am new to blueberries, but we shall see how we go. I really need to start learning to use gardening tools instead of just my hands all the time. But I don't know. I like getting my hands in there. I feel like it's quicker, to be honest. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to tamp this down with a rake. There's a nice area to plant into. And then we'll get these blueberries in. So I believe that when you're planting these, you are supposed to plant them 1.5 metres apart. That's quite far apart. 1.5 metres. I've brought 3 for a 2 metre bed. So you know what? We're going to plant them and just see how they get on. As long as they're alive and I can, maybe at a later date I can move them, but so this one is blueberry Brigitte, I think it's called. Ooh. Then I don't know when it says different types if this means this, but this is pink lemonade. So this is a pink variety of blueberry. Oh dear. But this has got a lot more foliage on, so I don't know. Don't know if it's got a different flowering time, but we shall see. If I'm doing this horrifically wrong, please tell me, but 1.5 metres apart seems quite extreme because I don't want them to get too big, so as long as I can keep them like a nice open spherical goblet-y shape, like I would with any of the other currant bushes, then hopefully we should be okay. And this one is golden traub blueberry. I want them all in this one bed, so hopefully next year I can build sort of a mini cage around them because I know that birds... Oh, there's loads of slug eggs in this. Oh. I know birds love blueberries, so I'm not going to give it a water because this ericaceous soil is really wet and we're due some rain. So, well, I think we're due rain for about a week. So I don't think there's any need for me really to be watering these. So just for my own reference at some point, let me have a look, because this would be quite good to look back up at some point. The first blueberry is Brigitte, second one is pink lemonade, the third is golden traub. Got some nice little pots though, maybe for growing runner beans in. So by the looks of it, today is one of the last dry days we've got in about a week. So I am really going to try and power through some jobs today, just in case I don't get a chance to come down. One, with it getting so busy at work, and two, with the weather that we're due to have. But stick around later in the video, because I've had a really nice surprise delivery in the post from a viewer. So stick around for that and I'll show you what it is. Also, today is the day where we're going to get the last bit of ground finally covered underneath the cherry tree, which will mark off 6 long weeks of me getting this ground cleared, covered, prepped and ready for spring. I can officially say, after 6 weeks, we have the plot levelled and covered. Yes, finally. Oh, that's such a good feeling. I mean, there's still bits over here that aren't necessarily part of the growing plot that I need to dig out, where there was another old compost bin and behind the greenhouses, but that stuff I can do off camera at my own leisure. That's not going to interfere with us during the growing season. So 6 weeks, 6 long weeks to get this done. But we're there, we can now start focusing on building beds, building staging, getting all these greenhouses cleaned up and looking forward to a productive spring. You know what? I know some of you are going to think I'm nuts, but at least once a week I sweep this plastic, especially on the completed areas, just because it's going to be down until probably February, potentially March, and I don't want it getting covered in dirt and soil and rotting leaves, and then we start having the issue of it degrading, things growing through it, and then it becomes another plastic hazard on the plot. So I have been trying to keep it dirt free, clean, just kept on top of, because again, once I roll this back in spring, I can roll it up and store it. It'll be nice and clean, it won't be covered in rubbish and ready to use again if ever I need it. And once again, I am a bit of a clean freak, so it does look better. But time waits for no man, so I've still not fixed this, I apologise. On to the next job, which is greenhouse number 3. So earlier on in the video, I did mention that I had had a surprised package in the post from a subscriber. So let me show you what it is. So I don't know if you can remember me saying in last week's video that I was too tall for these greenhouses and I was going to have to get some sort of stool. Well, I did have one on my Amazon wish list, and it's been delivered. So now, in spring, when I'm going to pot up all my seedlings or check on them or water or anything, I've got this very nice comfortable stool that has a tool storage area at the bottom. I can wheel myself around the greenhouse. So thank you so much. Unfortunately, because I know you can leave a note when you do an Amazon wishlist order, there wasn't a note with it, so I don't actually know who this is from. So whoever you are, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. If you do want to reach out on any of my social medias, please do, so I can thank you. But if you do want to stay anonymous, that's completely fine. I just really appreciate all of your support. But now I fit in the greenhouse, so thank you. So now the ground is covered and I have my handy stool, I think it is about time we start trying to finish clearing out this greenhouse so we can get it cleaned and start looking at fixing up this staging. All these plastic bits are just not at all UV stable. I think that's a cross joint for this staging. I think. I was in here the other day, and it might still be in here. The biggest butterfly flew out and scared the living daylights out of me. It was quite funny. Stuff, because I know it'll probably sit on something like this. And someone said it's to keep mice away, but I don't know how to string these things up. Should I keep this? I'll keep it for now. If anyone's got any comments on how to keep that up, that would be greatly appreciated. Now this looks like Spider City. Ugh. There's a lot of good wood offcuts that I'll save. Oh, I'm so brave. I'm really doing the Lord's work here. I hate this. I desperately need a shed. That's one of the reasons I'm struggling to sort out, because I just seem to be moving things from one greenhouse to another and never really getting on top of anything. There's so much moss in this one, it's gross. Ugh. This one's got, it's probably the shadiest one, but this one has the least of that clouding on the glass though. It's only on these few front panes, and it's not a very thick layer either, so hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue in here to get rid of for once. Growing in here. Don't even know what that is. What is that? It's fluffy, whatever it is. So this is officially now cleared out of everything that needed to go, ready to be cleaned. So that is clear, this is clear, down here is a nightmare, but I can start looking at getting these all cleaned up and starting to look at sorting out this staging. Need some rust paint on, and I'm going to build some wood frames to go around them to plant up onto. So we've done well so far today with planting out the blueberries, clearing that last bit of ground and finally getting that covered, and clearing out that third greenhouse. So I'm really impressed with how much we've got done. So as usual guys, that's the end of today's video. Let's keep growing.